Over valley and mountain, river and plain, through wind and storm, rides Anne of the Airlanes.
Acting under instructions from Secret Service headquarters, Pete Peterson, flying the Speedy Aircat plane, which also carried Kay Tubbson and Zeb Abercrombie, lands on the desolate island of Trinidad, several hundred miles off the east coast of South America, to take water. Ahead of them fly Jack Baker, Ann Burton, and the two diamond smugglers, Vic and Joe, their apparent destination being the almost uninhabited island of Tristan da Cunha. On landing at Trinidad, Zeb discovers the rudder of a large transport ship almost hidden in the underbrush. Can this be Jack's ship? Kay, Pete, and Zeb are just now approaching the grounded airliner.
Go ahead, Pete. Don't wait for me. There might be something you can do for them.
We'll get there quick enough. Here, give me your hand. Come on.
Thanks, Pete. Can you see the numbers on that tail yet?
Not where they loom above the weeds.
Oh, it just can't be Ann and Jack. It just can't be, that's all.
Sure doesn't look like one of Jack's landings. That must be only a clump of trees within 100 yards. Jack wouldn't have.
I can see the wings through the trees now. It ain't much damage, and that's a fact.
Then why is it so silent? Could they all be, well, knocked out?
Hey, wait a minute. There, you can see that ship. And that is the upper part of the wings plane.
Uh-huh. I can see the wings, but I can't make out the license number at all.
That ship's been there for no telling how long.
Yeah, I think I see what you mean, son. Up there on top, back of the engine.
Then you mean it's not Jack's ship? Not the interstate transport?
No, it isn't, Kay.
But how do you know that ship's been here a long time?
Well, it's rain. Wind must have blowed some, too, since that airplane got here. Because you can see where the mud has sort of collected along that limb and run down over the edges.
Well, then why don't we go up there and have a look?
Thought maybe we might find someone in there. Anybody that would scrape the numbers off a ship, well, they might not think we were welcome.
You're sure learning about the woods, son.
Well, that's a relief anyway, to know that this is not Jack.
Well, I reckon it's okay to have a look. Anyway, there ain't nobody to enforce any rule that says we can't.
But, Pete, aren't you afraid that we'll get too far behind Jack?
I don't think so, Kay. And anyway, we've got to look this thing over and make a report of it. If we do miss Jack's radio carrier wave, we can get on that beam we caught. That'll take us right where Jack's going, or I miss my guess.
All right. You're the boss, Mr. Peterson. Say, the numbers have been taken off the wings, too. No wonder we couldn't read them.
I wonder where it come from.
Oh, it wasn't a regular airline transport, or those license numbers would be there. Don't suppose it could have been some poor chap trying to make a thrill hop across the Atlantic.
With a transport this size... Don't be silly, Pete. This ship has been in use at some time as a passenger ship.
Looks like we're all taking turns playing detective. What makes you think so, Kay?
You see those two shiny marks about halfway up on the cabin door? One on each side. Well, those marks were worn there by just one thing.
I get it. The handrail of passenger steps. You're doing all right, Kay.
Well, I reckon we can find out a lot about her now. Here we are. Yep. Weeds growed up around here a little. I'd say she's been here a matter of a month or thereabouts.
Doesn't seem to be much real damage at all. But, Pete, there's something funny. You'd think the trees behind it would be broken down way back, and they're only a few broken.
Don't take much to figure that. Anyway, with the place up there ahead, when the wind wham. Give me a boost, Zeb. There you are. That's it. Better stay back, Kay. No telling what we'll find in here.
Here, give me your hand, Pete. There. There we are. Well?
Not a thing. Doesn't look like anyone in the pilot's compartment. All right, Kay. The place is deserted. Give us your hand and we'll have a bit of a look around us, Kay. That's it. Up you come.
Isn't there anyone in the plane at all? Not even...
No, not even. You were right about this being a passenger ship at one time. Well, there doesn't seem to be any signs of any casualties in here. Suppose we take a look in the pilot's compartment.
Yeah. Oh, hey, this here's an American ship. I mean an American that's running her right recent. See here?
Cigarette package.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can't tell anything by that, Zeb. They sell American brands all over the world.
Sure they do, but they don't have that tax stamp on them. Yep, that sort of gives us an idea where this thing is from. You see anything in there, Pete?
It looks like the pilot and another fellow was in here. They got out okay because there isn't much damage outside of a bit of broken glass and the instruments. Where do you suppose they went?
Well, they might still be here on the island. Do you suppose they could have managed to live here all this time?
No, if they were figuring on leaving the island because they've taken part of the instruments with them, including the radio transmitter and the receiver. I guess they must have radioed for help and then took the stuff out when the boat got here. Funny, though, we never heard anything about this.
I think I'll take a look around on the ground. Inside one of these things, I'm sort of a stranger, but on the ground, I can read lots of stories without any printing. Just the pictures that people don't think they leave.
Okay, Zeb, we'll be with you in a second. Not much we can do here outside of getting the engine number and report this ship when we get headquarters on the air again.
Pete, you suppose this ship could have something to do with the smuggling ring we're trying to run down?
Afraid that'd be a little too much of a coincidence, Kate. But it does look funny to find it on the same route that they're sending Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And there's sure going to be a lot of trouble to remove any evidence that there might be here. But even if it was, it wouldn't make any difference.
No, except that if this fellow were going to that Tristan place, he'd have a lot of gas in his tanks. And we need gas.
Kay, you're the delight of my life sometimes. That idea was worthy of a master. This guy should have had plenty of the old fluid in each wing tank. And all we have to do is to siphon it out and... What's the matter?
Oh, I'm sorry, Pete, but it looks like my idea fizzled out. Take a look at those wings, both of them.
Oh, yeah. Busted loose completely. Must have done that when he set down so hard. I never noticed that before. You can see the inside of the tank. Well, that lets that out. We're still in need of gas. Might as well get back to the ship.
And I thought we had the gas problem all solved. Oh, well. Now, what's that piece of paper? No, not the one by the pilot's seat. By the other one. It's kind of stuck under there. How'd that fit?
I don't know. Got some writing on it. Kind of faint, though. You can't make it out in here. Oh, I guess...
Hang on to it till we get outside. It might be important.
I'll catch you, Kay. That's it. Oh, there's Zeb coming back. Find out anything, Zeb?
Yeah, just about as much as you could expect, considering the time and all. Looks like one of our friends didn't do so good. Anyhow, there's a mark still over there on the beach where a boat's been pulled up higher than any tide's ever come. A lot of footprints, too, wherever the rain ain't washed them out. And the print of where they set a stretcher down a couple of times. So I reckon one of the boys must have been at least so he couldn't walk.
Don't see any marks in the compartment where a fellow could have been hurt. Not a thing in there to tell the story.
Pete, I think I've got it. You remember Ann telling us about that conversation of Vic's over the phone at the Tyler Sanitarium the night they chloroformed Jack? Remember? She heard Vic telling someone.
Yeah, the doc. I remember.
Yes. Well, she said he was talking about another pilot. I forget his name, although Ann did mention it. Well, anyway, this other pilot who was working for the doc had cracked up or something and would never fly again.
Sure, but what's that got to do with this?
Don't you see? This pilot, the one who was on this ship here, evidently got his back hurt or something like that, and they just received word of it. That was why they needed the interstate transport.
And that was why they had to have Jack Baker to fly for him. I get it now. Well, they've got Jack flying for him, all right, but if they only knew why.
Well, that seems to settle the question of this plane. We'd better be getting back to our own, or Jack will be 1,000 miles ahead of us. Oh, say, where's that paper?
Oh, this? Now, let's see what it says. 11:22. Should be on radio beam. Try again. TS. Now, that's one line. Here's another. Pretty faint, though. If necessary to land, use Trinidad. TS. Looks to me like the passenger or co-pilot was writing down the message from... Say, Kay, that TS signed on there bears out your story, all right. That's the gang's headquarters signature.
Okay, something about gas. See if you can make that out, son.
Now, let's see. We'll give you location of your gasoline supply in 5 minutes. Stand by, TS. Now, that's followed by... Looks like the guy started having engine trouble right about then because the message reads, okay to land Trinidad. Stand by for gas. Location. TS.
Well, does it give the location of that gas, Pete? There's a kind of a scrawl there. Can you make it out?
Looks like that came in while the fellow was landing. Let me see now. 1,000 gallons gasoline. Can't make out that next number. Drums, oil in... That's either cave or cove. I can't tell which. In cave. Inaccessible. How do you like that? That's enough to make a guy pull a bum landing. Tell him where 1,000 gallons of gas is, and then tell him that it's in a cave that's inaccessible.
Well, there's one thing. The cave ain't on this island, but that other part, I reckon it's too deep for me.
Why do you suppose they put the gas in some cave you couldn't get to?
Must have got that way after they cached it there. Maybe the tide closed up the opening or something. I give up.
Well, I reckon we might as well mosey back to the airplane. That Jack sure will get a head start on us for this time.
Boy, if we just had that 1,000 gallons of gas and those drums of oil, one'd be enough for us. What do you suppose that so-called inaccessible cave could be?
There's no use thinking about it, Pete. You just have to trust your luck to get gas from some tanker that passes wherever we land, I guess.
Tanker? You forget, Kay, that down there we'll be completely out of the regular steamer lanes. Unless headquarters makes some arrangements, we're sunk. There's not much use hurrying. Can't land on that Tristan da Cunha. It's like Zeb says it is, unless Jack has already taken off. There's a cinch that we can't go flying around stalling for time. Not with the supply of gas that we'll have by the time we get down there. If we could just think of how to get gas out of an inaccessible cave.
Well, plug my head for a ripe watermelon. If I hadn't ought to be hung for not thinking of that before. Inaccessible cave, huh? Come on, you youngsters. We're going to get that gas, and we're going to fly around, because we're not landing at Tristan da Cunha.
Hey, Zeb, wait a minute. What do you mean? That scrawl said that the gas was in an inaccessible cave. And we know that Jack is heading for Tristan da Cunha.
Sure, only the inaccessible cave ain't inaccessible at all. And what's more, we're going to land on an inaccessible island. Fact is, our destination is inaccessible.
Can Zeb be right? Does he really know the location of the so-called inaccessible cave that hides the plentiful supply of gas and oil? And what does he mean by landing on an inaccessible island? There's a startling answer in the next chock full of thrills episode of Anne of the Airlanes.